All right, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football on a Wednesday morning. Do I look like I'm dragging? Yeah, I'm dragging. But what starts to get me a little bit fired up, a little bit pumped up, it gets some energy and blood flowing in the veins is thinking about Wednesday night here at the voice of college football. This is what we've got going tonight. So at 7 o'clock Eastern time, it was my aim to do a Clemson live stream, and not just a Clemson live stream, but to bring in some of the great bloggers and broadcasters that we know concerning Clemson football, get all of them together as a bit of a Clemson roundtable. There has been a little bit more interest for Clemson on my channel. I'm not talking about in the college football nation. Obviously, Clemson has been Clemson for about 5 or 6 years. But on my channel, renewed interest and recent interest in Clemson football. So I thought that I would do a live stream, do a roundtable, and then possibly add a Clemson live stream to see how that went. So at 7 o'clock tonight, we've got Bobby Durkins lined up. We've got Pigskin Pete lined up. Our issue there is Pigskin has had an issue. The mouth isn't working quite yet. These are the first words out of my mouth this morning after going to bed about 5 a.m. So Pigskin Pete's appearance is a bit tenuous, a bit tentative because of technical difficulties on his end in regards to being able to connect via video. He usually joins us over the phone, and that's not going to work with other guests because they're going to be on a different feed at a different time. There's a delay on the phone. Not going to explain it, but it doesn't work. Nobody can hear each other. So would like to get other Clemson guests. I've asked a few others, and they're not able to make it. So I don't know what to tell you about Clemson 7 o'clock Eastern time. But as of right now, we're looking at doing a live stream at 7 o'clock Eastern time with Clemson football. And then maybe I'll just, if the Clemson talk dries up, then I'll go to the phone lines, 860-325-3687. 8:30, Miami talk with Cam Underwood from State of the U, as has been the norm here since January. 8:30 Eastern time right here, Miami live talk with Cam Underwood from State of the U. We will go for 1 hour. I've got to start respecting my time a little bit more. 1 hour. And Cam's time as well. So he's requested 1 hour. And we'll do that tonight, 8:30 Eastern time. So it has been my thought over the last few weeks, and if you've checked out the notification on the community channel concerning the last post I made was asking about an additional live stream dedicated to one team, one program each week. Who would that be? I haven't checked out the results. I did once, but there was only a few results at the time. So it might be Clemson, might be Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, whomever it might be that I would add as a second live stream on Wednesday night. I would like to do that. So let me know who you would like to see. So it's going to depend on your feedback. It's going to depend on common sense. So if for some reason Purdue gets 14 votes and Clemson gets 13, that doesn't mean we're going to start a Purdue live stream on Wednesday nights. So it depends on common sense, popularity of the team, bigness of the program, also your vote, and also it's going to depend on the guests that I can pull in. So that's going to determine a second live stream that will probably be at 7 o'clock Eastern time every Wednesday night. Thinking Clemson, thinking Ohio State, Alabama, USC, some others. All right, so second live stream, let me know what you want to see. 860-325-3687. Not for right now, but mark that down and put it on the fridge, put it on your treadmill, put it wherever you need to put it to be locked in, loaded for our call-in shows. All right. I would like to thank everyone who took part in our celebration 1 week ago for 10,000 subscribers. It was a fun time. It was a good time. And the cake was eaten about 3/4 by me and 0 quarters by anybody else because nobody was around. And then it went in the trash. I was gone for about 4 days. I came back and yeah, I was starved after traveling all day. And I took a fork into that cake and then quickly decided this is not worth it. So the 10,000 subscriber cake is history, but of course the video and the pictures live on. So thank you for joining me for the 10,000. We're a week later, I'm at 10,087. So it's been a bad week since. Maybe it's a lull after the celebration. It's like what the Trailblazers experienced last night in Game 1 after the big Game 7 win over Denver, or so I hear. The lull after the celebration, the lull after the accomplishment, and getting over the finish line of 10,000. Now we got to keep going because I usually pick up about 150 a week, and that's got to improve at some point. So only about 80 or 90 this past week. So we will do better. Let your friends and family know that we're here. Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, and we talk college football, discuss, debate, and analyze it like nobody else. I'm going to make July subscriber month. I figured that was a good time to do it. I thought about May since it's dead, June since it's dead, that those might be good months. But I thought July will have the various conference media days, and it's really the kickoff to college football. So July is subscriber month. What does that mean? I have no earthly idea what that means. But it's going to be subscriber month here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, which is going to mean that I'm going to mention it from time to time to let you know and remind you that it's subscriber month. So if you have family, if you have friends that love college football, or just maybe they're compartmental college football fans for one particular team, or just during the college football season, once they start playing that first week, that they need to lock it in right here. So, and also, in addition to the fam and the friends, keep in mind, you've got social media acquaintances out there, people that you talk to on a regular basis or who see your feeds on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and they have no idea who I am, and you can let them know to check us out here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. So July is subscriber month. I'd like to remind you that before I check the live chat and then take off, I'd like to remind everyone that we've got a lot of good content out there. The schedule rankings don't quite have the impact or pack the punch that I would like. I just think that's I love doing the schedule rankings, but maybe with a few of the big teams, they get some views, but I get my 75 views on UMass and New Mexico State and some of the other ones. So we are up to schedule number 57 is next. I released Washington State schedule number 58. So it's the 58th most difficult schedule in the country out of 70 teams in the Power 5. So schedule number 57 is coming up. So check out the schedule ranking, see if you agree with me. And I also, as an added bonus, tacked on my record projection. Not my final prediction, but my projection at this point of each team's record overall and in conference. So check out the videos, share the videos as well. Of course, like and comment. To those videos, let me know what you think about the schedule ranking, first of all, and then also about the record projection. All right, we also have a best and worst series with as many teams as we can possibly get to. We've done Ohio State, Florida, West Virginia, Florida State, USC, and a few others. And I've got a whole bunch lined up for the next few weeks. Michigan, Penn State, Texas A&M, Auburn, and some others. Georgia, Kentucky. So we're asking some of the best bloggers, broadcasters, and writers in the industry to line up best wins in the program history, or for as long as they've been watching or covering the team, worst losses, most excruciating losses, best players, favorite players, what they would change. So this was very interesting. Jackie Franchuli from Rivals Gators Territory was on. That video is going to be released in just a few hours. We talked about changes that she would make to Florida football, the SEC, and nationally. So that's the format. Those are those videos coming out very soon, and many of them already released. Top 10 players, every position across the nation, each conference. We will get started on that. If you have your recommendations, your suggestions on what you would like me to cover and talk about, I will certainly do that. I would like to be much better at hitting on instant analysis of news. Coach gets hired, coach gets fired, player gets suspended, player transfers, announces for the transfer portal, a home and home series is announced. Any kind of breaking news, I would like to be able to jump on that as soon as possible. That's always been my effort. And if you look through the videos through the years, I have jumped on that as much as I possibly can, but obviously there are challenges to doing that. All right, let's see who's on the live chat. And I would like to let you guys know as well that Patreon is a real thing, a good thing, and is going to be very important to Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, to make this what it needs to be and what it should be. So please join me on Patreon. What I'm going to provide there over the course of the next, well, let's see, I think we're going to shut this down when I'm about 90. So over the course of the next 40 years, what you're going to see on Patreon is a weekly live stream that I'm going to start this Friday. Am I going to start it this Friday? Ooh, did I just say that? That we're going to do each and every week at some point very soon, most likely this Friday, a live stream exclusive to Patreon that, so you can tell this is very informal conversation. I'm just trying to make it through here. So starting very soon on Patreon. Thank you, somebody. I will find out who contributed in just a second. And thank you very much for the contribution, whomever that was. I will get to you in just a second. So, Patreon. So we're going to do an exclusive live stream there each and every week that's going to focus on viewer comments. And I'm sure that the larger it grows on Patreon with subscribers and that we build the team, build the community, and would love for you to be part of it, that the live chat will ensue in a similar fashion to what it does here. And I will check out the live chat and we will talk college football as we normally do. But I'm going to be responding to all viewer comments on Patreon. And we're going to have a good time there. And that's just an integral part to building out the channel and doing what we do best and making sure that it keeps going. All right, let's check out the live chat here. Biggs, GT08, good morning, good sir. Go Noles. I was going to take a quick guess at Georgia Tech with the GT in there. Go Noles. I've got a Florida State channel. It just started. I've posted a ton of Florida State content there. They're like 3 subscribers. I've not focused on it, but there is good content there and it's all packed in there. So if you just love Florida State football, lock in over there and keep your subscription right here, of course, to Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Newbie doobie, go Noles. Got another Noles fan. Love it. So Florida State would be under consideration as well. I would say after Miami that Texas, Ohio State, USC, Clemson, and a few others are under consideration for an additional live stream dedicated to that program each week. Q Urban, good to see you. William Lee, discussion on Clemson recruiting will be fun. Hopefully we can talk about Clemson recruiting. I don't know that, William. Hang on. We do have a Clemson live stream scheduled tentatively for tonight at 7 o'clock, but I thought I was going to have 3 YouTubers, bloggers, broadcasters lined up for tonight, and I don't. So it might just be a call-in show. You can obviously ask your questions about Clemson recruiting. We can talk about it. We can look things up. I'm not a recruiting guy. I need a recruiting guy. I need several. NCIS Fanatic 21, good to see you. In July, NCIS Fanatic, it's subscriber month. July basically kicks off the college football season with all the various conference media days. And then also practice starts the first day of August. So July is our unofficial start to college football. Therefore, it's subscriber month here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Since our big celebration last Wednesday, we had a down week, only picking up 80-some subscribers. So I don't know what that's going to entail, besides maybe a few giveaways. The giveaways are also coming on Patreon as well. So please lock it in on Patreon. I'm going to be reaching out to a number of you and already have concerning some of you core people that I have on the newsletter, The Voice of College Football, that will certainly get started by the first week of the season, but even more so before that. That's the aim, to get the newsletter, The Voice of College Football, back up and running. But there's about 17 or 18 issues out there, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. Mark, let's talk about Clemson football, buddy. Trey Briggs, good to see you. Trey Briggs, why talk about Clemson football when we can talk about Ohio State football? Kevin Brown, go talk to your local Army recruiter. So this is one way to get your plug out there, to get your advertisement out there, or your promotion out there, is to join the live chat, join the super chat. So that's another way we build the channel, build the community, and make this what it needs to be, is the super chat. So the super chat is going to be on tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time, with hopefully our Clemson roundtable, or maybe our just general college football call-in show, and then at 8:30 with Cam Underwood. So Kevin, thank you so much for the contribution. I appreciate it. How do you see players getting paid on likeness affecting recruiting? Couldn't boosters just buy $100,000 of a player's jersey so they get paid more? Yeah, so I'm not here to really answer questions. We're going to talk about our Wednesday lineup, but we've talked about this. You could probably look it up on my channel. We've talked about it many times, dedicated specific videos to this topic. I believe that a player should be paid for their likeness, or for providing some kind of value to the fans, even off the field, and that would come through merchandise, autograph, memorabilia, those sorts of things that they would be paid for. So, for example, Mississippi State, located in Starkville, Mississippi, has a contract with a number of local vendors and retailers and Joe Blow's car lot down the street in Starkville. And this Saturday morning in May, they're going to have 8 Mississippi State players available to sign autographs, and the autographs are going to cost $10 a piece. And that gives the opportunity for the second string offensive guard to earn money just as much as the quarterback, the star quarterback. But it affords these kids an opportunity to, that's all sanctioned by the school. Sanctioned by the school. The money runs through the school. The players are paid, and they're down at the local furniture store for 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon signing autographs, and they make that money. Maybe there's a smidge of reasonable administrative costs that go to the school. 1%, 3%, something in that range. The rest goes to the players, or go to the players. And maybe there's a determination that it's somewhat based on individual popularity, that Jake Fromm is going to make $1 zillion signing autographs, and his poor center is going to make a tiny little fraction of that. So maybe they keep a portion of that, maybe 50% of what you earn, you bring in, and then the other is thrown into a big pool where it's divided amongst the entire team. So everybody, the long snapper makes money. Everybody makes money to a certain extent based on their likeness, merchandising, autographs, and so forth. That's the way I would do it. I would not pay the players a specific sum of money. They receive a scholarship. It's worth a whole lot of money. And for me partially paying for my daughter's college right now, I think I can raise my hand along with a lot of people out there concerning tuition costs and the value of an education. Trey, they're winners. So we're talking about Clemson. Trey, well, Mark, give me your thoughts on Tavian Feaster and where you think he should transfer. Again, I don't know if you've joined us on Wednesday mornings, Trey. This is simply to let you know what's coming up tonight. Wednesday night is always a big night here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. You can certainly ask your questions tonight. The 7 o'clock Eastern Time live stream is dedicated to Clemson football. Tentatively, I will be here at 7 o'clock Eastern Time regardless. Either we'll talk Clemson football with a number of bloggers and broadcasters if we can pull them in. We've got one lined up, and that's not going to be good enough. Or I will just take your calls. All right. Tiger Nation, we shut out you, OH, 31-0. Yep, you did. That was a game. Pitt beat Clemson, 43-42. Yeah, that was a game. That was a game that was played. It was a very important game, playoff game, Fiesta Bowl. All right, anything else? Not really. Not a whole lot of comments. You guys are talking amongst yourself, which is one of the reasons we've got the live chat. The super chat will be on tonight. Okay. We only have like 8 people on the line. Of course, this is just impromptu and just to get the lineup information out there. So I'm not expecting many more, and we're about going to wrap it up here. So this is very important as well. Amazon links are provided for you down in the description section of every video. So if you go to any video, the description section under the video, you will see an Amazon link. It's the very top link in the description section. If you do Amazon shopping, please use that link to help build the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. You don't have to buy the product that you will see displayed. You just have to enter Amazon using that link to help build the channel. Right here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. We will see all of you at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Call-in show, 860-325-3687. We'll see you soon. And in the meantime, have a great Wednesday and bring in those views and those subscribers.